In this video, we're going to go over 6 email templates that capture attention. One of the most important things you need to understand when it comes to doing outreach is that you have to have a reason, a hook. Just like with running Facebook ads, you need to have an irresistible offer, something that is unique, that is capturing people's attention, right? Because people are getting emails all the time, right? And so we need to be able to stand out and be able to capture people's attention so that they can respond back to our emails. So the very first one here that I want to share with you is the take on more customers / jobs, or this can be even also for patients if you're targeting doctors or anybody in the healthcare field. So the subject line here is customers or jobs. It can be also patients in XYZ location. Let's say you are in a particular area and you want to target, let's say, the Los Angeles or the Miami area or the Dallas, Texas, whatever area that you're wanting to target. A great way to get people's attention is to send an email with the subject line talking about more customers, more jobs, more patients, right, in a specific area. And we're pretty much asking them if they can take these on, right? So this email here is very short, very sweet, and so it doesn't waste people's time. Now you'll notice here the very first line is talking about something that we noticed, or the fact that we came across their business and we love the quality of their work. Very important to have in your emails when you're reaching out to businesses. You want to first mention something about their business. This one single line here alone will separate you from every other marketer out there, okay? Believe me, I get a ton of emails myself from different marketers, different marketing companies, different people that are always just trying to pitch a service, and they're not coming across like they're trying to have a conversation, right? So we're talking about something that we found, or the fact that we love their quality of work. And then we're asking the question, are you able to take on XYZ customers, jobs, patients in X location? Okay, so this is location based. And then follow up number 2, this is where you're waiting 2 to 3 days and you are sending a follow up email. Now this is best done through email automation whenever you're doing follow-ups, because it's quite tedious and quite a bit of work to do these follow-ups by hand. So I recommend Woodpecker, and we have a video going over Woodpecker so that you can create a campaign and be able to create these emails in a sequence. So 2 to 3 days, we want to remind them that we sent them an email and to make sure that it did not get buried. And then follow-up number 3, this is where we're pretty much mentioning the same thing, right? Hey, I sent you an email a while back and wanted to circle back to make sure you were able to receive it. Are you able to take on additional, right, in X location? And then this is where we have our final follow-up here. Again, we want to wait 2 to 3 days in between. So with this one, we're saying at this point, I'll assume this isn't a priority at this time. Feel free to reach out if anything changes. Would love to work together. Now, with our first email here, if somebody answers our email, they're going to automatically get removed from the sequence, okay? And so if they respond or they come back to us and say, hey, not interested, or whatever that may be, right? Any type of response, they're going to automatically be removed from this particular campaign. If for whatever reason they don't respond, they're going to get every single email, right? And it's going to be separated 2 to 3 days apart. So this one's where we're talking about specific jobs, okay? And the more specific that you can get when it comes to patients, jobs, procedures, the better it's going to be as far as getting people to respond. Because if we're talking about, hey, can you take on more dental patients? Can you take on more roof installation, right? High value projects that the actual business owner is wanting to take more on, right? That's going to be a big deal. So the more specific that we can get here, the better. So for example, here, like I've mentioned previously, we always want to start out with complimenting the business there. And then here we're talking about, are you able to take on additional at this time? This can be dental implant patients. This can be, if you're targeting attorneys, XYZ divorce attorney cases, right? The more specific we can get, the better. And it's the same type of follow-up here, waiting 2 to 3 days, and it's the same type of follow-up email sequence. And then number 3, this is for website inconsistencies. Now, this is a fantastic email here as well, because anytime that you come across any type of website, there's always going to be problems, issues, inconsistencies, concerns that we're going to find, right? And so you don't necessarily have to go to the website and actually point that out, because when they respond back regarding, hey, what are they? Or yes, I'd like to get on a call to discuss, you'll be able to find them at that time, right? So here's this email. It says, I came across whatever company and loved and was impressed with what you're doing. Now right here on the first sentence, you can use this, or you can use this one as well here, but just making sure that it's relevant to that particular niche, that business, right? And then right here, I wanted to personally reach out to you as I found a few inconsistencies on your website. And it'd be great and best if you can actually have the website address right here. I saw you're the founder at XYZ company, so I thought I should reach out to you first. When is a good time for a quick call to discuss? Okay, so we're asking for a phone call, and we are pointing out that we love their business, love something about their quality of work, whatever that may be, giving that compliment. And then we're stating the problem that we found, and we're mentioning that since they're the founder or they're the business owner, that we should reach out to them first, right? And then we're asking for that call to action here for that phone call. And so here are the follow-ups as well. The follow-ups are pretty similar to all the different campaigns here, because really all we're trying to do is stay top of mind, because a lot of businesses will read your email, they'll get distracted, they'll want to respond back, but for whatever reason they forgot, they got distracted, right? So want to make sure that we're sending follow-ups 2 to 3 days apart, and that we're staying top of mind. Okay, so website audit. This is also a great one here. So we have subject line, first name, and then question. Hi name, I came across your company and love the quality of your work. I created an audit for whatever company because I found a few inconsistencies on your website. I noticed you're the founder and thought I should reach out to you first. This is pretty similar to the previous one, but here we're positioning a website audit, okay? And when they respond back, that's where you can go ahead and create the audit. Now, the website audit looks something like this, okay? It's very straightforward, very nice. These are free to create. You need to go to SEOreseller.com, and I'll give you the resource as well. So pretty much, it's straightforward here. Talking about usability, areas for improvement, page speed, right? This could be a deal here where you're talking about improving their page speed, because if people are landing on their website and leaving, they're losing that business to the competition, right? So going down here, this is the security, looks good. And then for on page, this is just for their page titles, and then backlinks, and then down here as far as the Facebook and Twitter. Okay, so very simple audit here, but it's very professional. You can put your logo up here, put your phone number, right? Put your contact information, and it's very professional as far as presentation, and you can get this built up and created after the client responds back to your email, right? And all you got to do is go here to SEO Reseller, sign up for a reseller account, and we have the tool here, Web Audit, okay? And all you got to do is literally grab a URL and then run audit, and it will create the audit automatically for free. And I don't believe there's any limit here, so you can go ahead and come in here and create a ton. So this is a great strategy to come in here and add value, right? Because if we're just providing an audit for free, we're coming across like we're professionals, like we're experts, right? Like we're the authority, because we're providing value up front and we're showing them how their web presence can be improved. So extremely valuable, great strategy here. Same follow-ups as well. And then number 5 here, This is where we notice something on their website. Okay, so subject line here, first name, question about your website. Again, we have the introductory here. We always want to personalize this and point out something about their business or about their website. I noticed that your website, okay, put in the URL here if you can, is not mobile friendly and has a few search engine optimization concerns. Now this right here, right, is very broad, which is exactly what we want, because this can be anything. This can be that they don't have the right page title on their page. This can be that they don't have the right keywords on their page, right? So it's very easy to point something like this out. And what you'll notice and what you'll find is that when you're reaching out to these businesses, they're typically not necessarily looking for you to help them out with, this exact precise problem. They're more going to come back to you and say, hey, I'm actually looking for a marketing company, or I'm looking for, more leads, more customers, whatever that may be. This is just that hook. Remember, it's about getting us in front of that business owner and separating ourselves from the competition. Now, as far as the mobile friendly here, this can be as simple as them not having a phone number on their website that is clickable, right? Because when it comes to mobile devices, the phone number at the very top of the website should be there all the time. If it's a local business, if it's a service business, right? Because if it's not, then it's not going to be easy for that individual when they're on their phone to call them, right? To contact them. And then sometimes the phone numbers are there, however, they're not clicked to call. You want to make it so that the phone number is at the very top, and that people, all they got to do is literally click on the phone number and it'll automatically populate in their phone, right? And so this is a great one also to get your foot in the door. And then we're talking about down here, I specialize in working with XYZ niche, right? Whatever that may be, and helping them build an exceptional online presence. Would you be open to a quick call to discuss? Okay, so same thing here with the follow-ups, right? Same process. Now, here is number 6. Now, this is for a web design, and this is where you can use a strategy here that I'm going to show you. It's a very great way to get your foot in the door. And you can see here we have 2 different subject lines. So you can use first name, question about your website, or you can just simply say website question, okay? So we have the first line here of personalization, mentioning something about their business that we love, that we like. And then we have, I'm curious if you would be interested in upgrading your website at this time or in the near future. So we're leaving this open, right? We're saying, hey, would you be interested in upgrading your website now or in the near future? So we're leaving it open for potential conversation down the road. I specialize in working with niche market and helping them build an exceptional online presence. Here are some examples of what we can do with your website. And then we have 2 mock-up links here. And then we're asking for the call. So these mock-up links are very easy to grab. Let's say you're working with maybe a home services company or a plumber, contractor, right? You could just go to Envato Market, okay? And be able to just literally type in, let's go back, type in landscaper, whatever type of business, and you'll find some of the top themes here. And you can break it down to like bestsellers, right? You can break it down by some of the best and be able to go to this listing here. Let's click on it right there. And then you want to go to live preview. And then it's going to ask us to view the demos here. And so what we can do is click on this. And so they're never going to see that this is on ThemeForest here. They're never going to see the price or anything. So we can copy this link right here, go to copy, and then let's go back. And then we can go like this, put in the link. So they'll be able to click on that and it'll take them to this theme here. They'll be able to see it live and interact with it. So it's right here. So they'll be able to play with this in real time. They'll be able to see the pages, about us, about me. There's different types of functions here and characteristics. So this is just a sample for them to look at. And so it's fantastic for you to set up. So let's go back right here. And then let's see if you want to do this one as well. Okay, same thing. All we got to do is copy this URL, go boom, back right there. And so here we have two mock-ups that we can send to prospective clients requesting, hey, are you interested in upgrading your website right now or in the near future? Oh, hey, by the way, I specialize in working with your niche or your market, your industry, whatever that may be. And then you have some examples here that they can see and play with, right? So great way to get some web design opportunities. That's going to be it here for this one, and we'll see you on the next one.